Hi there, and welcome to my guide to slaying Mutated Bloodvelds. This is my guide for killing these with the cannon. For my guide to killing Bloodvelds without the cannon, follow this link. I'll be killing these in the Meiyerditch Dungeon. The method of attack is melee with protection from melee and the cannon. Maximize your prayer. The requirement to fight these is 50 Slayer, as well as the cannon and the cannonballs. Mutated Bloodvelds are level 126 and 146. They have 178 and 196 health, and they drop a lot of gold charms. They're one of the best tasks you can get. To kill these you need a DDS, cannonballs and your cannon. Super attack and strength potions, and some prayer potions. House tally tab being off slaying and Chrome's Gloves 3. You need a Slayer helmet, Fire Cape, Fury Amulet, Pistol Whip, Frostlight Haberk, Frostlight Quiss, Rune Defender, Pharaoh's Gloves, Dragon Boots, and Berserker Ring. This will maximise your prayer without sacrificing too much attack and strength. Now turn Auto Retaliate on for this task, and then run northeast out of Edgeville towards the entrance to the Abyss. Recharge your summoning if you need to. Then cross the Wilderness Ditch into the wild. I'll be using the Abyss to get to the Meiyerditch Dungeon, which is the fastest way to do it. Other ways include running from Canifis through the whole dungeon, which takes quite a long time. The fastest way is through the Blood Altar. If you don't have the rune crafting level to craft blood runes, or if you haven't finished the required quest, you won't be able to get there like this, so you'll have to run from Canifis. But if you do have the requirements, go through the Blood Rift here, and then exit the Blood Altar, and then run towards the east through the Meiyerditch Dungeon. Because your prayer is drained from the Abyss, you'll have to drink some potions to restore it. When you get to this area, turn your protection from melee on, and then run to the western room, which is where the Bloodvelds are. Set up your cannon in the middle of the room, and load it with cannonballs and start firing. Use your melee as a finishing tool to finish off the Bloodvelds. You can see from all the red splats how much damage the cannon really does, and seeing as Bloodvelds have a huge amount of health, it's a very effective way to use the cannon for a very fast experience. This is one of the fastest and best Slayer experience tasks you can get. If you don't want to use some prayer potions after the Abyss, it's a good idea to bring the Falador Shield if you like. I didn't bring it in this. I usually bring it, but I didn't in this case because I'd already used it for the day for an earlier Bloodvelds task, unfortunately, so I had to use potions this time. This is the rewards from a typical Bloodveld task. You get some coins, some elemental runes, as well as chaos, death and blood runes, a whole bunch of gold charms, as well as some green, crimson, and in this case I didn't get any, but blue charms as well. Some Addy chains I picked up towards the end, and a dragon med helm, which is a rare drop from them. Finish off the last few Bloodvelds with melee, if you like, otherwise use the cannon to finish them off if you'd like. So that's all there is to killing these. Make sure protection from melee is on at all times, because if it goes off with this kind of armor, they have a magic-based melee attack. And this kind of armor, they will hit a lot on you very fast, and you're in a multi-combat zone, so they can pile you. So just make sure you keep an eye on your prayer, and make sure your protection from melee is on at all times. That's the only real danger of dying for this task. Yeah, when you're finished, teleport out.